Hello, ladies and germs, and welcome to day 75 of Shiny Hunter. Now, this is coming off of doing the Legends Arceus Nuzlocke from earlier. So we've already kind of like been going for a little while. So I don't want to kind of like be hovering too long on this. But hi, hello, YouTube. How are you doing today? Pokey, I know you're still doing well. You're still drawing, still going hard at it. We missed shiny hunting yesterday, so we're doing it today. And the first check of the day. It's so loud. Has the counter sound always been that loud, or is it just me? I feel like it wasn't always that loud. Make it louder? I'm not trying to deafen myself. But I will ask Cookie, how's drawing going? How far along with Hoshi are you? And YouTube, if any of you draw, you know, feel free to join the Discord that's in the description of the video. And share some of your art. We're very art positive here. Man, I'm so close to beating the boss in the RPG game. But yeah, we're starting at 15,600 resets, which is delightful. Today will probably be the day that Articuno goes over Bulbasaur and ends up becoming the longest shiny hunt that I've had. So that's something to look forward to. You finished the line art. You're coloring. You're starting the shadowing now. You can't English anymore, help. Dude, there was a time last week where like I couldn't see very well for like a good half hour. Because while playing Super Meat Boy, some of the stages are like colored very strangely. Like some of them are just hard red. And like they're kind of like silhouetted. And so like staring at that for like an hour because of some of the stages are like that, it really hurts your eyes. It really hurts your vision. So like anytime I looked away from like the screen, I'm just like, why is everything blurry and slightly red? Yeah. But as you saw, I recently finished Super Meat Boy. 100%ing that with all the achievements. That was rough. I hated that. Because like whenever I looked at my achievements beforehand, I noticed that like I was already really close to finishing the game anyway. And so it's just like, man, why did I stop playing this? And so I had to start from scratch again whenever I was playing it earlier. Which is delightful. Also, there's a raffle out. Figure out to say that before the ad kicks in. But yeah, I got super close to the end of the game. And then just kind of stopped playing, and I don't know why. And since it was on the 360, and I don't have my original, I had to... I don't have any of the saves. It's kind of like what happened with some of the other games that I have to play through to finish up the 360 stuff, like with Soul Calibur 4, I think? It might have been 5. I can probably just check on 2 achievements, but it'll be fun. Yeah, so I lost all my save progress on that game as well. And then there's an achievement to get to like level 99. So once again, I have to start that one from scratch. And I don't know how I'm gonna get the only online multiplayer achievement that I need. I'll have to probably grind with somebody in order to get that one out of the way. But more recently, after I finished Super Meat Boy, I started playing through Devil May Cry 4 again, which I didn't realize I did not finish on Xbox. I played that on PlayStation. So, thankfully, most of the things that I remember about the game are still just as true as they are on the 360. There's only like a handful of things I couldn't remember, like how to Like the giant statue and what Burial's weapon was. But the game is definitely shorter than I thought it was, like, than what I remember. But I guess that's kind of like the nature of Devil May Cry. It's not a really long game set. It's just hard at times. Took about 9 hours to get through the main story of Devil May Cry 4 on just, what, Demon Hunter, whatever the normal difficulty is. So, but most of the time commitment that comes from Devil May Cry is just how many times you have to play through the story. Because for the difficulty achievements, you have to play them all separately, which is fine and dandy if you're like trying to get like upgrades and stuff like that. But whenever you have to do it multiple times for achievements, then it does get kind of a little bit tedious. Especially whenever each of the 4 main difficulties of I think Human, Demon Hunter, Son of Sparta, and Dante Must Die modes, all of those require getting S ranks on all missions, which is gonna suck. But thankfully, Heaven and Hell and Hell and Hell don't require that. They just require you to get through the game. Which, Heaven and Hell's easy. Everything dies in one shot, so do you. So you can just shoot everything while you're fighting through. But Hell and Hell is just brutal, because everything one-shots you. But you have to fight things on, like, kind of, I think, Son of Sparta difficulty. But I don't think Hell and Hell is going to be as bad as Dante Must Die, even though Hell and Hell is supposed to be the hardest difficulty. Solely due to the fact that in Dante Must Die difficulty, the enemies can Devil Trigger, so they get stronger. This means you have to work quick on, like, killing them. But if I can do it on Devil May Cry 3, I think I can do it on 4. Though S ranking is a little wild. Oh yeah, and what is it? There's this is on the 360 one, so like there's like on the Xbox One version of it, which is the special edition of Devil May Cry 4, it actually has more achievements in it. And some of them are a little bit more annoying, like getting triple S rank on the bosses. So, you know, get a good combo and don't get hit. That should go over swimmingly for some of the fights with Nero. I've actually been thinking about doing like Devil May Cry playthrough for you guys. Just beat the game. I did. I beat Devil May Cry 4 earlier this morning before I started stream. It's partially the reason why I was late. But Koki, have you ever seen any of the Devil May Cry games? Like, their stories. Granted, 1 and 2 are kind of really bare bones, but 3, 4, and 5 are always good. I know Monica played through 5. You have all of them, you never played them? Ah. Are hack and slash games not your style, or just never had the time to go do them? You try to get into them, but you're bad. Well, the only way to get better at them is by playing them, Koki. But to be fair, the Devil May Cry games are not the easiest games sometimes. Especially 1. 1 has some pretty wild difficulty curves. 2 can be cheesed the entire time. 3 is hard in the aspect that it wants you to learn the styles. And so, like, a lot of things are kind of, like, locked behind it. Um, 4 is hard just because, like, some of the enemies hit you harder than they probably should, but oh well. Like there's an enemy in 4 that electrifies itself, and there's only like a handful of them in the game. They like they like electrify themselves, and you have to like shoot like the electricity off, and then they stun, then you can fight them. But they do a lot of damage whenever they start having red lightning. You're also really bad at shading. Okay, I've seen your art. No, you're not. You're fine. You're good at art. I don't know why you doubt your art so much. You know, that's a fair point. But you shouldn't. You're beautiful. I need to open up something on the side real quick. Alright, let's open on view. And where are we? There. One moment, one moment. Un momento. Por favor. You forgot the heart? What do you mean you forgot the heart? It's about like that like chest thing that she has. Her Iron Man reactor. Fidget spinner. I mean, on the art that you sent me, I can see it. So it was there initially. Granted, that image is like 2 or 3 hours old, but it was there. You forgot it in the line. Oh. It's fine, just, what can you do in this situation? Is it layered? I'll fix it in post. Like it's video editing. I just remember that I need to upload videos to YouTube after this. I had like this past week and the week before I had like I already had uploaded and ready and everything, but I have to get this week set up. I believe the week that I'm recording this, it should be Final Fantasy VIII, obviously Pokemon, and then I think it's another Split Fiction video. Let me check. What did I do last week? Yeah, because we finished off. We finished the game off. Yeah, Split Fiction Part 2 came out, and then obviously the Shiny Living Dex. So yeah, it's Split Fiction. More Pokemon. Oh, it actually the first episode of Final Fantasy VIII will come out as well. Wait, am I gonna win? Hold on. No, I missed. No! I was so close to winning the second dungeon. Dude, I'm so stoked that like Kai found out that that's like across Twitch, like it's cross saves essentially. It'd be really cool if the progress for the fishing minigame did the same thing. But I kind of get why it doesn't do that. Can't believe you're laughing at what I said. I totally didn't get a goofy clip of what I said earlier about the game off. Actually, I haven't even seen if that has like a release date yet. Spelled that wrong. I want to check on Steam real quick to see if it was on there. See if it has a release date yet. Still nothing? Still nothing. Still just this year. Another raffle. Okay, does it ever feel weird that I stream like this long sometimes? Also, I did the wrong raffle type. Supposed to be a 15K. Like I never feel like I ever stream this long and then it's like, oh look, you're doing it multiple times. Like, am I? Am I really? I don't feel like my average is that long because all the times I've been doing 2 and 3s, and then randomly I'm doing like 6 and 7s. Streaming has to feel weird, otherwise it wouldn't be real. What does that mean? I don't mean like streaming itself feels weird. I meant like how long I stream. Because like sometimes I'll stream for only like 2 hours, and the other times I stream for 7 or 8. My average is all over the place. Same though? I mean, fair. But I feel like the time that you stream is based on when you work. It's like, sometimes you stream before work, and then sometimes you stream after it. Usually, I'm always streaming after work. Wednesdays are the only day where I will stream before work, which this coming Wednesday, I know I have like a 10 a.m. start time, but the issue with that is I don't know if how on time I'm going to be. It might end up being an 11 a.m. start time because of the fact that I have a dentist appointment that morning, and I forgot about it when I was making the schedule. So it'll probably end up being 11 a.m. start time as opposed to 10. No, I suppose that depends on how fast the dentist appointment goes. If I show up early, they might take me early too. You know? Oh, we see that you're here so early and so eagerly. Maybe we'll just take it early. Man. Trying to like reply to Cat and also do it at the same time. There it is. Also, one of these days, I've been leaning into it more and more over time, Cookie, that I'm probably just gonna become like a PNG tuber. Just so everyone has like an image to latch onto. I just don't know what it's gonna be. That means I also have to run another program. One that like can, because I don't want to do Fugi. Fugis are fine, but it's just gotta be this. I don't know. Maybe I would want something cooler, you know? Maybe I want to be like a hidden swordman of the mist, like from Naruto or something. Because there's plenty of cute fox VTubers already on Twitch. But how many of them are peeps? You know what I mean? Instead of a PNG tuber, I'm a peep in NG tuber. I mean, you gotta think. Become the first 1D tuber. Just one dimension. I'm just a line. I'm just a very thick line somewhere on screen that bounces every so often when I'm talking. You know what? That's what I am. The frame that you see around the games. That's my tuber model. I've been here all along. Already done 200 checks in 20 minutes. Getting 100 checks every 10 minutes is pretty crazy, you know? Okay, look at all these points that you're missing. Oh, did I even say this last time? It's been a while since we streamed. No, I guess I haven't had any new followers yet. No, I'm fine. Actually, who's even in the lead this month so far? Whiskers again. K-Ped still hasn't told me what Pokemon he wants. So that's still in the air. One of these days he's going to tell me, right? K-Pad's going to become a VTuber, but why would he? Why would he? You don't think he likes being a fleshy? If K-Pad was a VTuber, would he just be like a bag of popcorn? Like, what would be his VTube bottle? A pop tuber, yes. Now I'm just imagining like a a popped version of him in like a box. That'd be pretty wild. Come on, me in the RPG game. I know I can beat the boss. Now let's see if I do it. Let's see if I clear the second dungeon. I believe in myself. Still fighting the Leashy, I think is what that says. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's hiding. Actually curious, what does it look like? Oh, its face stays there whenever it's hiding. I'm also poisoned. Oh, come on. I got this. Come on. Yeah! Yeah, the second dungeon level is cleared. Layer 2 vanquished. Hey, Koki. I think that deserves some bits, right? Oh, so I'm kidding. Attempt 55 from you, Koki. Fighting the Grump Stump. Yay. 1 bit for each layer.
Yay.
Yay. Thank you for the 2 bits, Koki. For indulging my silliness. You're using a nice spear fighting a mushroom. Also, I know I have like the bottom part of the display cut off on the game, but or in the Game Boy slot, but it'll be fine. It kind of looks nice, like having that bottom section cut off. Ooh, you're poisoned early, Koki. I'm sorry, I don't think you're gonna make it. But I guess you are built different. You could make it. Oof. I can't wait to see how they upgrade this or update this game. They already had an event, man. I didn't think they'd have an event so early in the game. Level up? Dude, if a level up would have fully healed you there, I think you could have beaten this boss. Yeah, Lishi. Or Leishi. Rip. Game over. Alright, let's see what layer 3 is. Yeah, layer 3. Ooh, kind of like stone or space. Explores an endless expanse. The end between? Okay, so I guess I'm in space. Alright, we went from a dungeon to a swamped forest to space. We're really taking some RPG liberties. It is interesting though that I'm like level 26 and I'm getting through most of these enemies pretty easily. Then again, I am using a Buster Sword. Alright, the enemy I'm going to fall to is a Tyler. Of course it is. No worries, Sophia. Thank you for lurking and have fun in your stream. Yeah, but there you go. That's the 3rd layer dungeon. It's an endless expanse. I'm gonna do it again. Journeys through an ethereal realm. Wow. Oh, the layer is unknown. Interesting. This isn't layer 2, it's layer question mark glitch. I guess that's pretty sick. The hardest thing about resetting like this is finding the fun talking. I'm fighting a rat. Finding the finding the fun like little side tangents to go on. Like I also kind of want to talk about like Apothecary Diaries, but like I can't really talk about that without spoiling it because it's an active series that's going on right now. But I also can't like talk about like what's happening on screen because it's just the same thing. Which is kind of like why I like the RPG game. It's constantly fresh and different. Oh. Apparently, Shiny Hunter just makes me tired. Because I was doing fine until like I ate and sat back down, and I was like, you know what? You're Shiny Hunting. Now you're tired all of a sudden. But like, why though? There's another raffle out for you. I don't know. Maybe you had that yesterday. What you ate, sat down, decided to Shiny Hunt, and got tired. I don't know. It's just Shiny hunting is cool in the aspect that you're going after something that's kind of unique, but at the same time, man, it's tiring. You get to stop after like 2 hours. To be fair, I'm probably also going to stop after 2 hours because I would have been going for 6 hours at that point. I'm glad that I did take that small break though to go eat something and like stretch around. But yeah, I wanted to get. Essentially, here's the number I want to get to. I wanted to get to if we don't get the Articuno today, I wanted to get to 16.5. That's what the goal for today is. Which would roughly take about 2 hours. Actually, not even really. I mean, it's 900 checks, and we got 220 minutes. So 90 minutes is an hour and a half to do 900 checks. If we kept pace the entire time. Sometimes we go faster, sometimes we go slower. It all depends on how much you guys distract me and how much I go on side tangents not looking at the screen. By the way, T-10 to an ad, so good luck. You're going to need it. Some of those ads will hit you like bricks. But to go what I was continuing on, like the side tangents, like trying to find like different topics to talk about, are also still a little hard sometimes because like, let's say I wanted to talk about horror movies, which is my favorite genre of film. Like, some people don't like it. Like, whether it be the blood aspect or the gore aspect, which is different than blood. Or the just the jump scary aspect of it. Whatever it may be. I get people don't like them. And so, like, because of that, I kind of struggled to, like, not want to talk about them. Because, like, what if I want to talk about the movie Smile or Smile 2? Like, what if I want to talk about them? Or the new Final Destination Bloodlines? Hey, Freshie. Hi, bud. Yeah, look, you finally made it. It only happens to be almost 2 in the morning for you. Oh, did I look at my clock wrong? Oh, I just did math wrong. No, I did math wrong. I did it terribly wrong. My brain went to, oh yeah, at 10 is when it switches to a new day. Hi, Freshy Char. Yeah, for some reason I decided to do math where 10 p.m. is the turn of a new day and not midnight. Don't 10 o'clock you. This is my stream, I'll do what I want. If I want to be wrong, let me be wrong in my own stream. But still though, like, there's a lot of things I do want to talk about, but I can't because I don't either want to spoil it or because people aren't that into the genre or topic. If I talk about anything new, I could potentially spoiler people. If it's something old, then somebody could have already, like, planned to see it, and I just spoiled it anyway. Talking about things is kind of hard when you're trying not to spoil things. Reggie, can you believe that we're still hunting this? Whirring noises. This is how my brain feels. You can believe it? Why? What? Does no one ever have, like, faith that I can get a shiny early? Can I believe that you're here? I can, because you're nice about it. You're nice about it, yeah. You come and visit because you're nice. I only let cool and nice people hang out here. How'd you be mean about it? I don't know, coming in here with an insult, I guess? I don't know. Hey Dante, I'm in your strength. Can you call me bald? Wow. Call me an unk while you're at it. Bald. Matter of fact, I'm wearing a hat to prevent my hair from getting absolutely flat by my headset. I'm actually wearing a Destiny hat of all things too. Purple. Get out of here, Gojo. You're not wearing anything? Why? Hats are cool. So are toboggans. Bonnets are pretty nice. I mean, you could always go simple and just wear like a nice little bow in your hair, Freshie. You don't wear bows? Why not? They suck? What's wrong with them, Freshie? You don't like cute little ribbons in your hair? Like Sylveon and its ribbons? They're adorable. I mean, just because you're not doesn't mean you can't. You know what I mean? Doesn't gamble and win. I mean, to each their own. I don't know, I think bows are just like cute little things to, like, have your hair up with. You've gotten addicted to Grow a Garden in Roblox is not funny. No, it's absolutely hilarious. Can't believe you're playing Roblox, Freshie. I say, as me, a grown man, also plays Roblox randomly. I was playing Barbie Dream House. like earlier this week, like 5 days ago, I think, 4 or 5 days ago. Roblox bike hobby. Yeah, yeah. What kind of games do you play on Roblox? Well, you see, I play obby, but you're on a bike. What else do you play? Doors. What else do I play on there? A hide and seek game. There's a Jeopardy game on there that I play. I used to play the Sonic Simulator game on there. You heard a story about a toy town where the inhabitants are cookies and toys? Isn't that like your Cookie Kingdom game that you're talking about? From like way before? And they use human souls to make the living inhabitants. Okay, that's a little bit different. Cookie Run Kingdom. I too like to use human souls like their currency. Alright, we have hit 16,000 total soft resets. We're in the final reset countdown to go over and Articuno become the max. Now, as a reminder, 1659 is where we got Bulbasaur. So, it's not going to take too long at all for us to get up there. And you unalived him by making him fall down a manhole. Sounds like you're playing The Sims as well. But you didn't have enough time to reincarnate him as a cookie. This is for an exam, by the way. Your exam was to write a story about cookies? No. Just a short story, I guess. Was to do a description of a town. Ah, that's an interesting thing to have as an exam. I remember a classroom assignment that was kind of like a quiz. But it was like a quiz graded assignment, but it wasn't like a quiz. But it wasn't like a project either, like how projects usually have like a higher like graded value. Where we had to like use descriptive words to essentially paint a vivid picture of like an event that was happening. Not like a town or like you know, like bingo, but like just like an event that was going on. And for some reason I decided to like lean into like how I said one of my favorite genres is horror. I really leaned into that and essentially did a descriptive essay on a like kind of like a medieval prison execution. I don't know why, but the people who I got to read it, their opinions were very mixed. Some were like, "This is awesome," and others were like, "Ugh." Apparently, I did a really good job at using my descriptors. I think I have the paper somewhere floating around still. I'd have to find the book that I left it in. And also like 2 8 markers and a 20 marker. Someone said they'll pay you. Well, what are markers? Like, you mean like markers as in like drawing and coloring and stuff like that, or like points? Ah, okay. Like horror-ish writing, so you thought, how about just make it gory? I gotcha. So like to give like a very quick description of what was going on in mine. Like in Ocarina of Time, in the I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's the place under the well where you get the lens of truth from the dead hand. Like I was essentially describing if that was like above ground and like the execution styles that would be going on there. It's just called Under the Well? Oh, okay. yeah, I can't really think straight at the moment, given the fact that I thought 10 p.m. was the turn of the new day, so. You never played it in English. Hey, it could just be called Under the Well, I don't know. But yeah. I was essentially just taking like the idea of that area, like this area that was used for prisoners and stuff like that, and turned it up a little bit more than what OOT would show you. That sound hurts your head. What, the gong from Rayquaza's theme from Emerald? Alright, what sound? Just before that screen. Ah. You don't like the cave music? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I mean, I get it. It's just like it's stamping on your head. Don't. I like the cave music in this. Yeah, it's. I mean, the sound is supposed to imitate like echoing in the cave, but also kind of like the eeriness, which is what this section is. But yeah, the part that you don't like is supposed to be like imitating like echoes in the cave from like noises like the dripping of water or your footsteps or stuff like that. That's why it's the same sound repeated, but just slightly lowering in volume each time. I do love hearing the Pokemon cries though in the songs, just randomly spliced in. Thank you for the 1 zip. Okay, let me check this and then I'll do the increment. Alright, let me give you a raffle and let me get the increment out of the way. Increment is now at 1. Okay. I think this is it, boys. I think Articuno is going to become the longest shiny hunt. The next reset determines it. Will Articuno, my baby, become the longest shiny hunt? You ate cream cheese frosting cupcake today and realized you don't like cream cheese. That's a way to find out. All right, and there it is. Articuno is now the official longest hunt that I've done. Maybe not time-wise, but reset-wise. Did you think it makes your tummy feel weird? I don't know, man. I like cream cheese. But I see where you're coming from. I don't know. Do you have like a? Do you have any kind of? I don't know if there's lactose in cream cheese. Probably is, given the name. You cannot stand cottage cheese. Oh no, I agree. I don't know why anyone would eat cottage cheese. If you eat it, cool, but I don't tell me it's good. It ain't. Now get him. I'm trying. You guys gotta have faith in me. I can't just get it willy-nilly without some faith. You're not lactose intolerant. You can enjoy ice cream without without making a mess of yourself. It looks chunky. No, I agree. It looks like as if you made like I don't know how to describe it. It's just bad. It just looks really bad. My dad could eat it, and I don't know how he did it. He could also, to be fair, he could also drink oh, what is the thick milk name? Ooh boy. Ugh. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna have to kindly ask you to not say those words again. That elicits more of a sickening response than I think cottage cheese itself does. That's like a series of words I don't think should ever be like strung together. Drunk water. Thank you for the sip. What is that milk? It's like the it's not like spoiled milk, but it's like what the opposite of skim milk would be, essentially. Your fingers forcibly try bending backwards when you try typing that out. It's like, no, don't make me type these letters. Ah! That was your fingers, yeah. Now your fingers will never know peace. Ever. Because they have to type out that string of words. Now it's bothering me. It's like severely bothering me that I can't think what that milk was called. Let's see here. Man, I'm having such trouble remembering this. Whatever, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll remember it like in 40 hours. I'm in the middle of like a desert. Everyone in your generation would be able to fully understand the text you just sent. Well, given the fact that I have a policy where I can't cuss on stream, I know what that says for the most part. The only thing I can't exactly tell what it is the opening to it. I'm not allowed to say it. Remember, I'm not allowed to cuss. Like I said, it's just the opening before the T that I can't quite place properly. What are we talking about? Essentially, everything in the current generation has been acronized. Like in text form, anyway. Back in my day, we only had things like LOL. Ah, that's what ICL is. Okay. That's the only thing I couldn't quite figure out. You're like full words. Like I said, Freshie, the only thing I couldn't figure out now was the ICL. Everything else I did know. Yeah, I have the internet. I have friends who unironically use that because they want to try and stay hip and young with the kids in regards to acronizing everything. Learning another language. I grew up with T9 texting. Like, I had to learn some acronyms. There are people my age that for some reason don't even know the acronym for TYT. They'll know TTYL, but they won't know TYT. Like, okay. Alright. I mean, okay in of itself is an acronym, just the letters okay. Well, not an acronym, it's just shorthand, but still. I guess shorthand's something different than acronym, but it does the same thing. Yeah, they do it unironically, but also Freshie. You would never say a sentence. I know people who would, and that's a problem. I know people who would. Like, there are some people that I know who, in a bid to try and stay, and in a bid to try and stay as young as possible, they pick up a lot of the trends and try to stick with them, including the acronizing of everything. It's how I know everything in that except for the ICL. That was the only thing I haven't seen before. There was a saying that I've heard recently that I think is really funny, where like people are getting too comfortable, and I keep hearing "bring back shame." And it kills me every time. Yeah, we need to start bringing back shame. Like, some things should be shame. Bring back bullying. Yeah, it's in the same vein. Like, all right, we need to hold off on that. Like, bullying is always bad. No one should ever bully another person. That's bad. Now, shame on the other hand. We all have something to be shameful of. Feel like I'm just out spouting my shames. Your brain wants you to play Roblox. You must let my garden grow in peace. Oh, does that game have an actual, like, progression system while you're offline? Can inform me of your splinter hand again? Yeah, I remember you sent me a message saying I think you got another one less intentionally. Yes, it does. It's really cool. Yeah, that sounds like it. I love offline progression games. Like, it's an actual garden. That's cool. Yeah, let's see what your message said again. No, it was intentional this time. Intentional, but not planned. What a wild thing to say. I wanted to do it. I just didn't know when. telling me. Basically, you want to get your volleyball. Yeah, your volleyball, sorry. And your cousin and your sister were there. Uh-huh. So you decided to make it funnier. Uh-huh. You gotta stop spiking your volleyball behind the lattice. This is like a wooden hedge type thing? Okay. Yeah, but it wasn't the lattice, it was the hedge. Yeah, I kind of figured that once you said the wooden hedge. And you essentially slammed your hand into the hedge. God, you're lucky you're young. I look at that hedge wrong and I'm already in pain. You're in an attempt to get the ball. All right, you want to hear something? Want to hear something real quick about this? About old age here, Freshie. I'm 29. All right, I am 29. In the grand scheme of things, I'm not that old. But boy, does my body... Yes. But boy, does my body want to treat me like I am old. I took a nap. Mind you, like 2.5 hour nap. Then I was 23. 23 is my favorite number, but now I'm 29. I took a nap on the couch yesterday for like 2.5, 3 hours. I woke up and my neck hurt. My neck still hurts. I took this nap yesterday. Got up, moved around for a while, for like several more hours later. Went to bed at like 2 in the morning, I believe, 2 or 3 in the morning. Woke up, neck still hurts. My neck still hurts now. I just took a nap on the couch. Meanwhile, you slamming your head into a woody butt. Exactly. Yeah, it'll be fine by tomorrow. It'll be fine in a couple hours. Meanwhile, me having neck problems like a day and a half after the nap I took. This is why I told you need to take advantage of your Wolverine-like healing abilities. Because boy, the moment that you hit like 22, your body's like going to explode into random things. Also, Cookie, you want to talk? You're older than me. I think. There was only one mini splinter, and you saw like a little hole kind of thingy that obviously had one inside. That pulled out when you moved your hand away from the hedge. Gotcha. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he is. How am I your dad then? A good question. Maybe I don't know how old you are. Also, there's an ad break kicking in, so be mindful of that. Cookie, you're meant to be maximum of 22 years old. Whoops. Fishja. Not gonna be ads because you're gonna skip. Just gonna reload the page. You're almost 22. More like 2200. Dude, I think the weirdest sensation, like truly, is that of all the things I started playing Destiny when I was 18. Like that's the weirdest thing. Like in my head. What? No, no. Like in my, I wasn't even looking at chat. Like the weird sensation is just the idea that like I've been playing a game for over 10 years. Like I started this game before, or sorry, not before, like right after I graduated high school. Like 3 months, no, let's see here. I graduated in June, July, August, September. Yeah, 3 months after the fact. It's just, it's weird to think about like the fact that like I was freshly minted 18, graduated, and then 3 months later started a game series I'm still playing today. Ooh. And then I'm reminded that like everybody's getting better at PvP except for me. I used to be able to like play through the through trials flawlessly almost every single weekend that I decided I wanted to play. Now I can't. Also, you saw some people admitting to their times during COVID. Listen, the power of being lonely is strong sometimes, Freshy. I'm not surprised that people would be like that. Not strong enough for that. Yeah, you ever see those memes that are just like a dude with like really one buff arm? There you go. That's once every hour and 42 minutes. Hey, sometimes it's twice in that amount. People are wild, Freshy. People are wild. No, not me. People do really strange things. Exactly. That's why I said bring back Shane. You can't just be admitting these things on the internet. Just casual, right? Yeah, I've done it 4 times in an hour. What do you mean? What do you mean you done it 4 times? Are you telling me you last like 2 seconds? It's the only way. You think you're done? Can I see the drawing, Koki? Brother, get some curtains for your windows, Freshy. I'm lucky you saw him first. Brother, get some not blinds, get some curtains. It was the kitchen. Why were you in the kitchen? Brother, put some clothes on. That is so adorable, Koki. You should be proud of your art ability. Your parents were there? Brother, put some clothes on. I mean, I feel I'm one of those people that like feels weird when I don't have socks on. So it's just like, so like I guess it's just like kind of like the opposite of that. You're free. Oh boy. At least make sure the windows are covered up. There get some curtains. Oh, I only got one of the games. Go figure, it's the one with the audio. Good boy ASMR. Dude, I can't ASMR, man. I can't listen to it. Some people get real into ASMR. For the people who do like was it ASMR artists or something like that, I think is how it's said. Like, more power to them. I can't listen to it, but more power to them. One time Kat decided to play like one of like the videos that she listens to that's ASMR, and I made fun of her for weeks about it. You strongly just like the people who do freaky ASMR. I mean, people are into it and people are willing to pay for it, for sure. It ruins it entirely. Well, the beautiful thing about it is you don't have to listen to it. But like, those aren't really designed for you though. You've never made a bad purchase ever. Uh-huh. I'm sure you haven't, Freshie. Never one of those times where it's like, oh man, I bought a Coke, tasted bad, I should have bought a Pepsi instead. Hold on, let me check this first. Depends on what a bad purchase is. A purchase you regret. Is this Pikachu ASMR? I hate it. I just skipped ahead and heard a Pikachu in my left ear solely, and I hated it. It's great, and you mean bad purchase like naughty, like alcohol? All right. What about cigarette? Oh, so I guess that means you never bought cigarettes either. I mean, but sometimes isopropyl alcohol is a good thing. It's good for cleaning. Bruh. It's great. Like I said, ASMR in general, isn't my thing. Like, whether it's the freaky kind or the standard kind, or in this case, a Pikachu whispering in my ear. I'm not a fan of ASMR. Did you know? Sure, let me know. Oh wait, did you know I know you? Makeup ASMR? Oh yeah, like also this ASMR is like where people are just like eating. Or like even the sound, yeah, like even the sounds like with brushes, just like brushing against the mic. I can't. Dude, I can't. Some people are into it, some people like it helps them sleep. Some people it just tickles their brain the right way and they just enjoy it. I'm one of those people where it's like if it's quiet and it feels like it's attacking my brain, I don't want it. You don't like eating sounds because it's like meh? Yeah, so fun fact. And Koki, here's your fun fact word of the day. Since you're not streaming. Demastication is the term, is that chewing sound. Whenever somebody's eating. Misphonia. You only watch the eating ones when you're eating so that you feel like you're eating with them? That's fine. Oh boy. No, Freshie. I kept saying mastication. It's just mastication. Yeah, it's essentially the fancy term for chewing. Where did I get domestication from? Hold on a sec. I got that from somewhere else. Where did I get domestication from? Ah, okay. That's what it is. Okay. So mastication obviously is the act of chewing. Domestication is the damage caused to hard tissues because of chewing. Disestablishmentarianism? No, I think you spelled it wrong. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. I get that, like I see where you're coming from, like eating with the ASMR. I feel like you're eating with somebody. But like, no man, if it's quiet and it feels like a tight member, I can't. Like I can listen to Markiplier's World's Quietest Let's Plays. Because that's not like an ASMR. He's just trying not to essentially like blow out his microphone. And it makes it so much funnier because it's not like ASMR, but it kind of is, but it isn't. You know, fun story about those words, about supercalifragilistic. I'm tongue-tied right now because I'm tired. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious and disestablishmentarianism is like I could say those before, and then the pneumo ultra microscopic whatever the hell. I used to be able to say that, but I gave up on trying to say it just because how long it is. Someone tied your tongue after you said a bad word. Fresh, do you know the saying about washing your mouth out with soap? Do you know that saying? You said the bad F word, not the normal one. Punk. The classic music genre. You've quite literally put soap in your mouth to wash it twice in your life. Why? That must have tasted horrible. It tasted bad, it stings? Yeah, that's why you don't do it. That's why it's a punishment. That's why there's toothpaste and mouthwash. No, but why not? Because it's not meant for there. It's meant for mouthwash and toothpaste. Soap is meant for the external parts of the body. Unless designed otherwise. It's why we don't wash our eyeballs with anything but water. Like whenever you have like a chemical issue, like in chemistry or something like that, that's why the eye wash baths are just using water. At least I'm pretty sure it's only water. Well, I would usually consider the tip of my fingers as external. Same with my toes. Same with the tip of my ears. External. Yeah, like I said, unless otherwise stated, soap is primarily for external use, not internal. So please don't put soap in your mouth. Also, don't put soap in your ears. Also a bad choice. Preferably, you shouldn't put anything in your ears, including cotton swabs. Some people put soap on them. Well, I said on, which is that's just taking a shower, but then I learned how to read. Once again, unless otherwise stated, it's vastly for internal, or sorry, external use. There are some cleaning stuff that is designed for that, yes. This video is going to get labeled the one where chat got weird. That's what this one's going to be called. If you shape it like a Q-tip, then use it in your ear. You're going to damage your ear if you stick soap in your ear like that. Is it chat or is it just you? What's the difference? I don't know, Fresh. I feel like you enjoy being the entire chat. I didn't do anything. No. You can't blame me for that. You're the one who gambled it all. Being the entire chat. You made Fresh at the TTS ones. What do you mean? Just angry at myself. It's fine. You'll get the points back up. Dang, I was so close to being the mushroom. Oh, you were... Okay. I see. Who was co-host? Yeah, you need the TTS when you have a willing volunteer. Where I grew up, I never found mushrooms. That's just a metaphor. Where I was growing up, we actually had ginseng, like near the rivers, which apparently is apparently at that point in time it was a pretty good commodity to have just ginseng casually around. I think that's what that plant was. Ginseng's the red one, right? The one with the red leaves, I believe. Yeah. The average person is under 200 centimeters tall. Can we put that in American heights? I've been trying to learn Celsius. I don't know meters and centimeters and all that yet. Yeah, what's 200 centimeters, Freshie? You should know this as someone who's never learned the imperial system before. 6'2/6'3". Well, to be fair, depending on where you go, the average heights change. But for a vast majority of the world, yes. Most people are under 200 centimeters tall. Freshie is 4.8 meters tall. How many centimeters is that? Also, wait, 4.8 meters. Not even 5 meters. Wait. Maybe it's just because I don't actually know the measurements properly. I thought meters was taller than that, Koki. 480. Okay, so I was thinking right, which is stupid tall. I was thinking that's what it was, but as I'm doing this, my psyche is waning. My baby burb doesn't want to become shiny. What word do you find really funny? Is it the stereotypical word that everybody in high school thought was funny, which was moist? Humping? Chris, you seem to be really focused on certain things today. You have your reasons. As long as you have clothes on, that's fine. Why is it a funny word to you? Is it because everybody calls Wednesday hump day? Because it's in the middle of the week? What's funny, you don't know, it just seems like a really funny thing. Gotcha. Like I said, it's kind of similar to whenever it sounds like dancing. I don't know, man. There's not. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've always been like kind of slightly immature. I don't understand why people have like certain words funny, like the word moist, or in your case, humping. Like, yeah, they're goofy little words, but like, also the action of it is funny. I wonder how it is that. So obviously, English is ever evolving, much as all languages. I wonder what caused the act of hump, which obviously was like a small hill-shaped object, to now change. The word moist just makes you think of someone's lips with water on them. I don't know. Saying that makes you think that they're just hydrated lips. When people jump, they make a little jump with their back, no? I don't know who you're watching jump. You don't need to jump with your back. You mean a little hump with their back. Yeah, I realized after I read it and thought about it. You can jump all feet. You won't go very high because you don't have the kinetic energy springing you upward, but you can jump without hunching your back. Anybody in basketball, Freshie? That's who you're watching? Also volleyball, where you also have to jump. I mean, you have to slightly hunch over whenever you're about to jump, right? The basketball people are stinky. All right, what about the football and the baseball players? If basketball is stinky and volleyball people are odd. What about the lacrosse team? What about rugby players? What's your opinion on all sports, Freshie? Do I want to sport with the people you like? Sure. No, I can't stop yelling. This would be rugby. And why is rugby? Your choice. Unpadded, brutal, Americanized football. That's what rugby is. I know you. Dude, I think rugby is a little too rough for any of that pressure. The sport itself is okay, pretty scary. Rugby's a little too rough for little old you. So you are old. I knew it. Your bones are turning to dust as we speak. By the way, another thing you have to worry about, Freshie, is sprained ankles. If you don't have like firm ankles, you risk spraining them. Cat jumped, landed, rolled her ankle. And I made the joke that she inadvertently turned her ankles to ash. Fresh, you know what you're doing. Yeah. Yeah, you do. Hi, Koki Char. You're just sweet and unaware. Ah, yes. Like many a man. There was one time, and this was years ago. I was working as like a cashier, and there was a Burger King that was like almost like right in front of the store that I was working in, and I would go down there for my lunch break. I don't know how it turned into this, but somehow, one way or another, over the weeks and weeks and weeks of me going there, the cashier that worked there for so long, she eventually just asked me like if I was like interested in her, solely because I was just nice to her. She mistaken my niceness and my just like genuine like kindness as me like hitting on her. She's like, why would I be nice if I was... No, I wasn't hitting on her. Like, why would I be nice if I didn't, like... You know, if I wasn't just hitting on them. It's just like, because I can just be nice? Like, I have no reason to be mean to you. Why would I be mean to you when I could just keep being nice? People are oftentimes... People just don't... I won't see people are odd for that, because that's a situation where like you just don't know. Some people have some pretty rough childhoods, so any kind of act of kindness is seen to them as like maybe you're flirting. Mind you, Koki, been dating Kat for 10 years, and this happened within those 10 years. People have accused me several times of me flirting with them just for me being nice. It's wild. Kat was actually the one to point out to me that she thinks that the reason why people see that is because my kindness is like very genuine. And because of that genuine kindness, that people think that I'm just flirting with them. Because she can see it. She can see like where like their perspective, but I can't. I'm just being me and being nice. I like being nice. There's no point in being mean to people. And also the fact that you play volleyball essentially gives you extra prevention from hurting your ankles, as volleyball needs good ankles and knees and stuff. Volleyball makes you nice and flexy from all your stretching. But no, like it really is a thing where, depending on people's like upbringing, people see kindness as a form of flirting. But yeah, I had to explain to her that no, I wasn't flirting. I'm nice, and that's just how I've always been. I've always been nice to people. That doesn't make sense to you? Well, I mean, like, think of it this way, all right? What if you're like, okay, while you look up the poem, let me just finish real quick. Like, imagine your entire like childhood, like you just have like terrible parenting or like abusive parenting or stuff like that, and you never really had too many people like in your life, like you're a recluse, or I keep saying recluse, you're a recluse at like school and stuff like that. And then suddenly you're in the workforce and you have this one person that comes in and they're just nice to you all the time for no reason. Like, you would probably assume that they're flirting with you or just like you. And since you're so foreign to, like, since that whole, like, prospect is so foreign to you in your head, you could perceive it as flirting. You know the poem already? Don't worry. Alright. So, like, I know where she was coming from, but I wasn't ever flirting. Recluse or footloose? Wow. Well, for some reason, I don't know why, so like in Destiny, there's a gun called the Recluse. But I always call it Recluse. I don't know why. It's 1 a.m. Maybe that's why I'm tired. Maybe I've always been running off of like European times. Maybe that's why I'm always tired. Maybe it's a Destiny, because it's the only place I ever call it differently. Like, I know the word's recluse, but for some reason in Destiny, I always call it Recluse, and I don't know why. And then when I said it just a moment ago, I said recluse instead of recluse. It kind of messed me out in my own head. My child. All right, Pastor John, calm down. All right, so these are the last checks. Let me get all the games pulled up. We're gonna go top left, loop around to the bottom left, since bottom left has the final set of music. Yeah, these are gonna be the final checks for the day. So if you want to get your fishes in, get your RPGs in, donate to the charity that's part of the PLA Nuzlocke. Now would be the time for that. All right, so first check's done. Nothing. All right, Toot is down. Three. Oh, come on. You love the purple cat. They're the default, they are the default Twitch emotes. Like, whenever you first hit affiliate, those are automatic ones that you get. Like I said, my first emote that I ever really had that is mine, like properly mine, is the Fox Wave. The little white snowman bear creature thing is part of a VTuber pack that I have. but it wasn't made explicitly for me. All right. And that's all she wrote for the day. We did 900 checks in about an hour 45 minutes. Pretty good, all things considered. But yeah, going for almost 6 hours, I need to take a nap again and hopefully not hurt my neck. Did you know that when you're tired, your brain kind of goes plonk and you reveal more about yourself? I mean, that tracks. That tracks, especially with me. I'm still going to be cognizant of, like, not doxing myself, but I've always been nice to people. Thereby meaning that I know a fair amount about you due to you always being on my stream late at night. Still somehow haven't doxed yourself? I don't know. Probably live like, I don't know. What's a place in England? I was gonna say Cambridge, but or Cambridge. I don't know. I'm just gonna list like a random city. It's like in the middle of like the ocean or something. Like exactly, yeah. Sorry. Just London. London's the only place I can think of. Birmingham, I guess another place I can think of. Anyway. But yeah, with that, I want to wrap up both up on YouTube here and on Twitch. I am so tired. I don't know why. But if you want to say bye to YouTube, now's your chance, chat. I am old. I am old. I also got up like really early this morning. I got up at 8 in the morning. So it's already been 12 hours since I've been awake. But with that, YouTube, thank y'all for coming. I'll bid y'all do and Memento Mori. Have a go on YouTube, and it sucks that we're still hunting this even at 16,500 resets. Ah! Alright.